Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Dan in the booth. Say hi, Dan.
Hi.
Dan, you sound great.
I disagree.
This is Dan's regular voice. He just hides it on it, most days.
No. My voice doesn't sound that bad.
Dan was replaced with Voldemort for this show. He will be taking all your questions as well as just tormenting Harry Potter.
Make sure you tag at Star City Games so Dan can see all of your questions and send his favorites over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games and sponsored by not one, not two, but 3 different people. Woo! And they're great. First up, Carnox chairs. If you want a Carnox chair.
Wait. These Carnox chairs are not people, though. They're chairs.
They're made out of people.
Dun, dun, dun. Man, this show's getting dark already. We got Voldemort taking questions.
Carnox chairs are people.
They're not made out of people.
They're made out of great deals.
A joke. Yes, they're great deals. Go to
Only 90% of the deals, though.
Go to carnox.com/SCG and you will get 10% off of your purchase. You can also get 10% off of your purchase from Coalesce Apparel by going to coalesceapparel.shop and entering the gift code SCG. So if you'd like a Roll Tide shirt, maybe a Simic Combine shirt, maybe a Wooberg shirt, there's a bunch of them, maybe some hoodies.
I like the Wooberg
We got
one
keeping
the
it
best.
100 on the screen right now?
Yeah,
100, there we go.
I mean, the first time I saw the Wu-Tang and Magic combined into one shirt, I'm like, yep, just take my wallet.
Corey, there's thousands of dollars in that wallet. I don't care.
I gave him your wallet, and there was... Gone still, right?
No, it's here.
Okay, very nice. Very nice.
Last but not least, we are also sponsored by Ultimate Guard. That is why we have begun using katana sleeves on the show. You can get all your gaming supplies taken care of from Ultimate Guard.
You know, I think we're starting to get worse at the advertisement. I think we would improve over time. Yeah, I think we would improve over time, but I think we're just going down.
I mean, I would improve more if they sent me a Carnox chair or,
Yeah, you'd have time to sit in your chair, write the things. Maybe if you didn't have to worry about what shirt you had to wear and you could wear a Coalesce shirt. And if you just didn't have to worry about where you're getting your next sleeves and you just had a load of katana sleeves, that'd be a lot more time to think about things.
I don't know where all this sponsorship money is going.
My voice reconstruction surgery.
Yeah, there we go. You need it.
Anyway.
All right. What are we doing today?
It's not necessarily first off this weekend, so we're not going to have a show, right? That's how it works?
Yeah.
We're just going on.
We're just chilling today. Yeah. No, not playing.
This is a special Valentine's Day episode. Corey and I are going to serenade you and Dan with some love songs.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
A little Al Green.
Sounds good. You guys didn't want to see Magic, right?
Yeah. So hit it.
I don't have anything to hit.
I don't know too much, but I know I love you. But you know what else I love?
What?
I love Standard, so maybe let's play some Standard because Worlds is this weekend, and, we're kind of starting to see the end of a Standard metagame. We got a couple months left, but it's starting to become kind of, I would say there's a difference between solved and, completely, and the format being figured out. Solved, there's just one deck, that is for sure the best. Here, I think we found the top 3 or 4 decks, but none of them are, way better, so I think it's a very healthy format, and I think metagame or week to week, based on the metagame, we will see which deck will be better for the specific week, and we'll see who had the more finely tuned list from Worlds, and we're kind of trying basically all of them.
Yeah, so we've got 6 decks, lists were released last night. We've got 6 of our favorites here today in various matchups. I'm going to be starting with Monorit Aggro. This is Seth Manfield's list, identical to what Andrea Mengucci is also playing.
Yep, they tested together.
Yeah, they worked together, came up with this red list. Went, a little bit up on the land count compared to most. Cut Shock, which is now a common thing in red decks.
Yep.
The red decks now they're not like they were last year, right? Last year they were pretty burn heavy. They had a lot of haste creatures. It was like G2 Lava Runner, Vishna Pyromancer, virtually a haste creature / burn spell. They had Wizards Lightning Strike, Shock.
And you had Frenzy, which was a good card at the time.
Yeah.
And that's changed now.
And now they're really creature heavy. This is super creature heavy deck so that you can take advantage of Torbran, take advantage of Embercleave, and take advantage of Annex. You get creatures in the battlefield, raise that devotion count.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just trying to be as fast as possible, and just really try to get under some of these decks. And it's interesting. I don't know if I really would have expected a ton of mono red. Because I feel like, Team of Reclamation, blue-white control, they have the tools to keep up with mono red, and mono red just kind of has to just play its cards, right? Like, you can't just kind of play around these Wraths, can't play around them comboing off. Like, you just got to play.
Yep.
But, they must have came to a list where they thought it didn't really matter what my opponent was doing, maybe thinking all the blue-white control lists and the Team of Reclamation lists were kind of going to cannibalize themselves, trying to beat the more controlling matchups and maybe forget about red, because it's Worlds. You think like, oh, these are World competitors. They're not going to show up with mono red, but...
No, that makes sense. And I don't know exactly what their reasoning was behind the list. I know on the SEG Tour, mono red has been getting a bit of disrespect, right? The Azorius control has really been the most popular deck there. So I've
been personally disrespecting it for weekends on weekends.
Yes.
Just one dream trawler at a time.
So, I too was surprised to see mono red played at the same frequency as these other top decks. Yep. But Seth and Andrea, even in this field, are two of the more notable players.
Oh, yeah.
So it's certainly something to keep note of. And we're going to be playing mono red against a historically tough matchup.
Yeah.
This is Jeskai Fires, and we really want to see how Annex helps the deck play through sweepers, because Deafening Clarion has been the major dynamic in the matchup, how powerful that card is against aggro decks.
Yep.
And here, even in a more creature-heavy list, you would think Clarion gets even better, but Annex is so good against that kind of plan.
See, I agree with everything you said, except that it makes it a little bit better, because I think without Shock, the matchup's going to improve from red, because that card is so bad that even if you have an extra creature, that's an extra creature you can play in, and then if they do Clarion, like, you got an extra creature to play instead of being like, okay, well, what do you have, 16? 14, yeah.
Cutting Shock certainly does help.
Yeah.
It's not like the burn spells weren't great.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Maybe Robber the Rich is actually good, because you can cast some of these spells, so it will be interesting to see. And what I'm going to be playing today is Javier Dominguez, and I want to say Marcio Carvalho worked on Jeskai Fires together. If I misspoke, that it's okay. They're still asleep. It's Hawaii time, so they won't see this until after World. So
some of them might be awake. It's a little after 6 a.m.
I did just talk to Seth right before we went live, so let's. That's why if you screw up Seth's deck, then that's fine. I'm thinking. I know Javier sleeps in. I've teamed with him before. He's for sure sleeping in. Marcio might be an early riser.
I don't know when he got in from Spain, but that jet lag might be killing him.
Oh yeah. He loves croquetas too. That might make me want to sleep in a little bit more. I mean,
Hawaii, you might want to get up, go for an early swim. I like the morning swims.
Do you?
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, you can't do that here.
No.
Can't do that in Roanoke, Virginia.
Where are you swimming in Roanoke?
Exactly. That's why I said you can't do it.
So you're going to swim down a mountain?
And I'm sure there's
a lake high and around here somewhere.
I definitely couldn't do it in the last 27 years of my life in North Dakota at this time too. I mean, I could go outside and swim in the snow and be dead very shortly after.
Local dingus found dead in snow.
Yeah, the headline reads, he shouldn't have did that. All right, enough of our nonsense, everybody. We're gonna get to the game here. We got a lot of different. We're playing all the different varieties of the. There are 5 unique decks. I'm playing a couple flavors of a deck. Of the same deck later on. You can probably guess what it is, but we're going to start with this match and see how it goes. I did win the marbles on Tuesday because Lotus Breach, I mean, that deck's good.
That's pretty good.
So you're going to be going first?
Just strategically put them on a red deck first so I'd be on the play.
Wow. Because you know you're going to win and then snowball it from there?
That's the plan.
Ooh.
So with this hand, I think this is the borderline, like low end of a keep.
Okay.
But I'm not super excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty solid hand. I'm going to keep this one.
Scorch Spitter.
All right. Drew a nice one here. We're going to play the Temple. Do we want this? This is actually close. If we take a look at my hand here, I think I actually do want to keep this one. God, that's really close. Sorry. We'll put that one at the bottom.
Attack you for 2.
18.
Runaway Steamkin.
Hope that doesn't run away with the game.
Pass the turn.
All right. Oh, that was a heinous draw. Land go.
Attack for 3.
The beatdowns. I'll have no blocks.
15. Pass the turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do you got? What do you got?
Nothing.
Okay. That was a pretty good draw. We want to just try to control the battlefield a bit here. Make sure Torben isn't just like lights out for me. So we're just going to take it easy here. Both modes. Just clean that up and pass to you.
Put some lifelink on those creatures.
Yep, exactly. Is that Torben?
Nope.
Okay.
2 more creatures.
Sounds good. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna sacrifice this. I'm gonna go get a mountain.
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 All right. And then we're gonna go with fires. Teferi. And would you like to respond?
Nope.
I'm gonna bounce something here, and it's kind of interesting. If I bounce this, you just get to Boulder Rush this, but if I bounce this, you get to replay it for less mana. Is it the same amount of damage, really? I think I would rather you replay this, strangely enough. We're going to send that back to your hand. All right, your turn.
It's a pretty good draw.
Uh-oh.
Stomp the Teferi. Play Bone Crusher. Attack for 3.
All right.
Use all my mana. Lets me get an attack at Corey. Still deal with the Teferi.
I'm at 12.
Oh, no. Good draw.
That was a pretty good one. Pretty good. All right, but my turn is going to probably be better. So I don't really want to take damage here, so we're going to put this into play tapped.
How will you cast your 5 mana spells?
I know. We're going to start with Cavalier. I'm going to discard these 3, draw 3.
That seems unfair.
I know. I know. Oh,
you get to do that. So you have 4 in hand now?
Yep.
So you had 1 card in your hand that you liked.
I did. All right. We're going to play Kenrith. That was the one I liked.
Yep, makes sense.
Believe it or not. I think we're going to go with Trample and Haste. Now, I don't want to fully commit. Since I can't kill you, there's no point in attacking all out. So I think I just want to attack with Kenrith because I do not want that card to die. So I'm going to attack with that and leave Cavalier back to block.
I will go to 15.
Your turn. That is what we call a good turn there, Mr. Ross Merriam.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, your Bone Crusher Giant was nice, but I had 11 power. And a life-gaining machine.
Okay, mushy.
All right, so Embercleave is the card I obviously have to play around here. If I block this and you Embercleave this, it just tramples over and dies. If I block this and you Embercleave that, then I actually still get to kill it and soak up, well, I mean, about the same amount of damage, but bottom line, I get to kill it. So I'm going to block there.
Okay, well, I have Embercleave.
Shocked.
I don't want to die on my next turn to any sort of removal spell, so I'm going to Embercleave this, get the Cavalier out.
Okay.
So this is going to be 8 minus 5 is 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay. 2 to 5.
And then you take 3.
Yeah.
From when it dies.
Go to 12.
And does this get shuffled in again? I can't remember. No, that's the blue one. Okay, so you go to 12. I go to 5. Okay.
Then I'll play a Scorch Spitter that you know about.
Alrighty.
Pass the turn.
End step, I'll gain 5.
You're at 10.
All right. Untap. You're at 12. Let's see if we can kill you. This is going to be a good start. That might just be lethal. 11. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll discard these 2. Draw 2. I will stomp this. Take 2. Pump 3 times, and kaboom!
That'll do, pig.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah, not bad. Had a good defensive draw. Needed the Clarion more than likely on 3. Yeah. Had the choice between Teferi and that. but I was trying to play around Torben. If I go Teferi, bounce your Runaway Steamkin, which is still a good play, and then you go Torben, and then I don't have the Teferi to bounce it, then I could actually be in a tough spot. So I think I had to Clarion there, but that was really my only decision.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my draw was just good.
I could have played a third creature into the Clarion, which maybe I needed to do. Like, I just couldn't beat. I lost to the Clarion anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's some of those weird situations. It's like, okay, do I play into a card that if they play it, I can't win, or let them play it and still probably can't win? But if you don't play into it, maybe you lose to something else, like a Teferi bounce or something, because then that feels bad. But
I was in okay shape if you didn't have a good follow-up to the Clarion, but you did.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't beating Clarion into a good Fires draw.
My draw was awesome, plain and simple. All right, everybody. Yeah, except a 2-drop removal. That's really the only thing that could have made it better, a stomp or something. Yeah. But we're going to take a short break, and we're going to see how good these Worlds sideboards truly are right after a break.
Welcome back to Versus Live Worlds Preview Edition, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Seth Manfield's Mono Red Aggro and Javier Dominguez's Jeskai Fires.
Yep.
On my side, Unchained Berserker is quite nice because it does not die to Deafening Clarion, and that's really the key card. Doesn't get bounced by Teferi. You only have one Aether Gust in your sideboard, so Berserker is going to get through.
That's because they're all in the main.
Yeah. It can attack through Kenrith and Dream Trawler.
Yep.
So definitely a good card here, and it's just going to replace what I think is the worst 2-drop in the main deck for this matchup. Maybe Rimrock Knight is better than Steamkin, but I like the idea of Steamkin at least like sometimes getting outside of Clarion range.
Yeah.
But that is a card that encourages you to extend to the battlefield into a sweeper. So I'm not entirely sure which of those two to cut. I'm siding with Rimrock Knight for now.
We can have Seth tell us we're way wrong if he's in chat. Yeah,
but I'm sure I'll hear about it on Twitter.
Yeah. All right, and then from my side, a little bit of uncertainty here as well. I'm taking out the one Shimmer because that's not what I want to be doing on turn 2. I'm going to need to be interacting.
What I want you to be doing on turn 2.
Exactly. Teferi on the draw I also think is bad, even though I do think Teferi is decent against Embercleave, so I like to keep in a few. And then Sphinx is another card that, like, it's a decent big creature to play. The Scry is okay, but I just want to be interacting, and these 5 cards all interact with what you're doing, and then just allows me to get to my more powerful stuff, which is Kenrith, which is the Cavaliers, Dream Trawlers, and hopefully these will get me to that stage of the game where these, I think, are a little weak.
Yeah, just need as much cheap interaction as you can fit.
Exactly. Let's also try to fit some questions in if you got some.
Yeah, we do. Bit of a dagger for both of you, but I feel it's still a good question regardless. Conquerors wants to ask if either Ross or Corey were to be competing at Worlds, what decks would they choose and why?
That's all right. We encourage the burns as much as the questions. I'd be playing blue-white.
Shocker.
Definitely a different list than what I played at the SCG. That was very much tuned for a very wide open metagame. I think, now the way Zach Allen's been building it, the way PV and Trotsky has been building it is more fine tuned. And that's the avenue that it would have to go in. So I'd definitely be playing blue-white.
I would be playing a Team of Reclamation list that was tuned to play even more of that flash game. I think I would have some of those sideboard elements in my main deck.
Yeah. And there is a chance I would just want to play. I've been playing blue-green flash on the ladder a lot. And I just think that deck is good. Like Seth Manfield and Javier's deck from the last Mythic Championship, I think is at a really good position, minus the mono-red matchup. So if I was sitting down prepping for Worlds, I'd be thinking, do I think there's going to be a lot of red? Probably not. Maybe I would try to pivot and play a deck like that, but I'd probably just play blue-white, knowing the deck,
100% you would play blue-white.
Yeah.
Because I would be yelling at you every single moment of the day. Just play blue-white. What is this? What is this? Just play blue-white.
I'm sleeping. It's 4 a.m. I will play it. Jesus.
There's bullhorn outside your house. Play blue-white.
All right, good questions, y'all. Let's keep them coming. Ugh.
I will once again keep a hand that is at the bottom edge of my keep range.
Mine is also at the bottom edge, but with a couple decent draws, this hand could be quite strong. We need a few decent draws here. This is close. This is close. All right, we game to gamble. I'm going to keep at the low end of my keep range as well.
Okay, let's spit.
All right. Temple, Scry.
Spitting hot fire.
Spitting hot fire.
Classic Dylon.
Dylon. I think we're going to put that on the bottom, even though it's a good card. We'll pass
Why
to
don't
you.
we call this card Dylon?
Because he spits hot fire.
Yeah, like we should be calling it Dylon.
We really should.
We haven't really
Missed opportunity.
Okay. How many cards you got? 7?
I have 7.
I have 4.
Okay. It's face up, right?
Yeah. I assume so.
Boink. All right. It does.
That's not a spell.
Nope.
We'll take 4.
All right.
Good 16.
16. Done?
You're up.
All right. Well, we're going to take 2 down to 14 and pass to you. Oh, where's that robber going?
Declare attacks.
All right. Beginning combat.
Okay, take 2.
Okay.
You're 12.
Yep.
And I'll play an annex.
Annex. Got it.
Pass the turn.
Ooh. All right. Not a great draw. We took some risk, but we'll pass. Fabled Passage is not a great land to play here.
I didn't draw Ember Cleave, so I'm really mad.
Okay.
Fervent Champion.
Okay.
Declare attacks.
Sure.
Trigger this.
Okay.
This is going to be 7 total.
I'll take it.
Bring
Down
it
to
to
5.
Pass the turn.
I will sack this.
Any sweeper will leave me with 4 Satyr tokens. With
Pretty terrifying. That's pretty terrifying. Yeah, I know you don't have a lot of burn, at least. All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, I can stay alive if you have exactly nothing. I'm going to play this, scry, bottom this, and say go. I need you to have nothing. Yes, yes. That's the face of someone who has nothing.
I think I just attack and get you into stomp range.
Okay.
Trigger this.
Yep,
So you're going to take 3 total.
Yep.
Go to 2.
2.
I'm going to get 2 satyrs.
Yep.
You're going to cast a sweeper. Pass the turn. It forces him to have a sweeper this turn, and it means stomp kills him.
Fires and shatter.
Yep.
Go. We still need a land very badly. Robert? Ah, my riches. All right, you win.
Cast fire as we mentioned.
We kept a land heavy hand, but if we would have drawn a land here, yeah, we would have definitely won if you didn't kill me that turn. Kenra start gaining life.
I too had a land heavy hand.
Yeah.
But, even
No, I had a land light hand.
Even with my stumble, or even with my flood, Corey's stumble is just enough for me to end the game.
To push through, yep. And being on the play. Yeah, that was a close one. That was a close one.
Just barely got the 20.
Yep. You definitely needed it that turn, because if not...
if I go... The other option I had on the turn before was just to attack with the 2 1-power things.
Yep.
You would obviously block the Scorch Spitter.
Yep.
You would take 2 total, 1 from the trigger, 1 from the champion.
Yep.
Go to 3. I would get a Satyr token.
Yep.
And then I wouldn't have lethal the next turn through the Bone Crusher.
Yep.
But the robber obviously still would have done it. Mm-hmm. And that is potentially better against the sweeper. But it's
because then I can't cast the shatter, actually. So I just go fires go.
Yeah, but if you have like fires to fairy, I think it's much worse for me to
way
make that
worse.
line.
Yeah. No, I think that was right to do so. Like you said, putting me in Stomp and Robber of the Rich range, I think is worth it there. So
yeah.
All right, Dan, you got any questions for us while we shuffle up for a third game?
Yeah, we do. So let's go to our good friend Hysteus.
All right.
An archetype missing from Worlds seems to be Simic Ramp. Is it just not well positioned right now, or is it a feature of a small field that its bad red matchup makes it hard to play?
Yeah, it's kind of shocking to me that deck does have a bad matchup against red when you have Euro. Like, I mean, we're seeing it in Pioneer that's the end all to red.
Yeah, but they just don't get to escape nearly as quickly as
true.
the Pioneer decks.
That's true.
And that's the dagger. Like the one, like the Gift of Paradise mode, is not going to shut down the red deck. So
yeah, it's pretty weird to me that Simic has not really made a had a place in Standard. Like, that was one matchup. I've been basically playing mono blue constantly, but that's the one matchup that I was quite still afraid of early on in the format, and it just never showed up. Like, I didn't play it once in Richmond, and, you know.
Yeah. I think, you know, if you want to do over-the-top things, the Reclamation deck is now just situated better to do that because it has way better interaction against the red deck.
Yeah. And I bet the Reclamation deck smashes the Simic deck.
Yeah, so I think it's largely been supplanted there.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know, if you want some Nisses still, you can play Kavartek's list.
Kavartek's always got that spice. Always got that spice.
Nissa.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Okay, so I'll be on the play.
Yeah, I'll be on the play this time.
I was on the play every other time. I don't see why that would change.
That seems only fair, right? Okay, well, this hand is interesting. We have some ways to scry. We have our namesake card, but we have a little bit too much lands. I'm gonna mulligan.
I have yet another hand that's near the bottom edge of my keep range.
All right.
I think it's still in there.
That's where you've been living.
Yeah. That's where I've been living all my life.
Yeah.
While you're shuffling up, Corey,
Yep.
Histeus also wants to know, it feels like Jeskai Fires has been on the downswing lately. Why do you think so many people brought it this weekend?
Probably for that exact reason. People are forgetting about it. You know, they're having less hate in their sideboard. They're having, you know, maybe less casualties of wars or less disenchants or something like that, and not caring enough about it. But I also just think it was on the downtick because people just wanted to play the new cards. You know, that doesn't mean that Jeskai Fires is like a bad deck anymore. It's just people wanted to play with their new shiny toys. And, you know, for Worlds, nobody cares about what's new and shiny. They want to win their prize pool of $1 million, you know? Like,
yeah. So, and the format, you know, the default aggro deck is mono red, and you have the Great Tool and Deafening Clarion along with some other cards. And the other decks, they're really tapping out. Like, this control deck is not like last year's Esper control deck.
Yeah.
That is playing draw go. You know, the Reclamation deck might not actually tap out because all their lands untap on their end, but like, they're not playing counter spells. They're just untapping their lands to generate extra mana and then casting an instant speed spell that goes over the top.
Yeah.
And Jeskai Fires is good in those kinds of games. That's what it wants to be doing.
Yeah.
It wants to just be slamming haymakers. So it makes some sense.
Yeah, and I just don't know how great the matchup is against Blue-White or Team of Reclamation, but they must have ran the numbers and thought it was pretty close. So,
you know, Elspeth conquers death on your fires, a little awkward. Right?
Yeah.
But beyond that, seems okay.
I mean, like, Blue-White control, if you were playing the list that was similar to mine, it's like 4 Narset is pretty bad for the Fires deck, you know? But who knows? They must have found a better way. So I'm going to keep, I put an expensive card on the bottom and pass to you.
I will once again start on a Scorched Spitter.
All right. Okay, do I want to deal with that Scorched Spitter? Probably. We're going to take 2, say go.
Brings you to 18.
It's either I take 2 from the Scorched Spitter or take 2 from my land.
Declare attacks.
I'll kill it.
Okay, that was the nightmare scenario.
All right.
Casually kept a 1-lander, would light up the stage.
Yes, love it, love it.
2-mana interaction.
Absolutely love it. Well, with you not playing a land, it's a pretty safe bet that I know what you're going to do with this Aether Gust.
Bottom.
And pass to you. My hand is not great, though.
You can go.
All right. We're going to play this. We're going to scry. This card's not bad. But I think I just want to get some lands here. Never mind. We're going to keep that card. That was on the bottom spectrum of your keep, huh? Got him. Get in there.
16.
We're now the Bone Crusher Beatdown deck. Your turn. Hey, on the bright side, we probably got enough time to play a best 3 out of 5, buddy.
So, Ross, what hand isn't in the bottom of your range?
Maybe we'll find out.
One with 2 or 3 lands in it.
My hand was not great. I had to keep a 2-lander with this, but yeah, when you weren't doing anything, it's going to be hard for you to come back. You don't block well, you know? Yeah.
My plan was to try to trade with Unchained Berserker, but once you have 2 of them down, you're attacking. That plan goes out the window.
Yep.
Yeah, no, my good hands are the ones that have 2 and 3 lands. So far, I've kept 2 4-landers and a 1-lander.
Yeah.
With the 4-landers, I drew 2 extra lands.
Did you know you
minimum.
can mulligan?
With the 1-lander, I drew 0.
Well, we all know Seth Manfield is going to draw better than you. That's a fact.
That is true.
All right, you got another question for us here while we shuffle up? You want to do a best 3 out of 5, right? We got some time.
Let's do it.
These games have been pretty quick.
Yeah, we could do another one. Let's see. So, keeping in the same vein of Jeskai Fires, let's go Pioneer. Popemon wants to know, is Jeskai Fires in Pioneer a competitive deck or just a fun meme deck? Fun meme deck.
Well, I think when you look at Fires in our Pioneer metagame, you look at the 2 best decks both being combo decks, and not being able to interact whatsoever when you have Fires out seems like not the greatest place to be, so I think I would keep Fires away for a bit. Fires is really good when you have an aggressive metagame that you can take advantage of, not a combo metagame,
Yeah,
in
I
my
agree.
opinion. Yeah.
Though at both players' tours, there was like one Jeskai Fires deck that did really well, which is really weird to me. But they had a reasonably aggressive metagames there. It was that the Breach and Inverter decks were beating up on the aggro deck, so the Fires deck probably did the same thing. So it's it's similarly well positioned in that respect, but then it's bad against the other decks that are well positioned against the wider field, and that's a bad place to be.
Yep. Right now, I think as far as the metagame for Pioneer, you have to be trying to beat the combo decks first and foremost, where at the Players' Tours, you had to first and foremost beat mono red, mono black, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a different world. But all right, how's your hand?
My hand has 3 lands in it, so I'm pretty happy.
The higher end of the keys?
It's an okay hand.
Good work, man. All right, I'll keep
It's
this
still
one.
not great.
Good work for you.
Mountain go.
All right. Scry. I'll keep it. Go.
Steamkin.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. We're just going to go Temple, do another Scryan. I don't think we want that. We're kind of after land, so we're going to put a Bone Crusher on the bottom. Your turn.
Robber.
Okay.
Counter.
Good thing I didn't scry.
Attack for 4.
How many cards you got?
Oh, yeah, I have 4.
Oh, you can give your creatures lifelink.
So you're at 16.
16, yep.
And post-combat, I will play Light Up the Stage, get
Okay.
the counter,
Okie dokie.
and pass the turn.
All right, so we got a great play here.
Is it
Can
Deafening
you guess
Clarion?
what it is? I'll play Deafening Clarion. Just kidding. I'll play this one. All right, I'll go to 14. Your turn. And now you got a little bit of a rough spot if you want to cast Light Up using your whole turn or shocking me in the face or something.
Got a Robber.
Or that.
I have 3 cards.
5, yep.
Got an Ether Gust. That's not bad.
And now this, you get this card too.
Okay.
Yep. So now
Here.
these are active whenever you attack.
So you're at 12.
Yep.
Let's play Light Up the Stage.
Yep.
Play a land.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Alrighty. I think we're going to play this. Now I got an interesting one. I think I just want to say go. Yeah, I'll just say go.
Attack. Trigger.
Trigger, or beginning of combat.
Sure.
We're going to... cast the Bone Crusher Giant's Stomp ability. What are you going to play?
Unchained Berserker.
Sure.
Annex Hardened by the Forge.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
All right. End step will sacrifice. We'll get a island, then we'll Aether Gust that annex.
I will put it on top.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Okay, so we're going to play a Fires. Going to play this, and now what do we want to play? I think I just want to play Bone Crusher Giant here. Play a little bit of defense. Yeah, let's do that. Go.
Annex.
Defense. Yep.
Attack for 3.
I will block.
Okay, I will get a Satyr.
Yep.
And then I will play another Unchained Berserker.
Alrighty.
Pass the turn.
That's going to put a wrench in my plans. I'll see myself up.
Was that supposed to be a pun?
I don't know. I just don't even know anymore. All right.
I certainly don't.
We're going to start with Cavalier of Flames. And I think we can get rid of this Justice Strike as well. That's not very good. Draw 2. Play Kenrith. And now do we want to... We're at 12, so that's kind of dangerous. It's a little bit dangerous. And pro-white, so I can't really think about attacking with this. I think I just have to hold back here. Let's just play this and scry. I think I'll keep that there and pass to you. Defense.
Let's play Torbran.
Offense. Yep.
And right now, so probably just going to gain 5 life this turn. If I attack with everything, Kenrith can eat Satyr. This can trade for Annex. You would take 5. If I attack with these, then you could also just trade Cavalier for Berserker and Annex for Kenrith. I'm pretty happy about that trade with you pretty low on resources that you did keep on top. I don't think I want to just give you the Satyr for nothing, so yeah, let's just attack with these. It's a 6 power Annex.
6 power Annex, huh? Well, I don't truly want to take all this damage, but I don't have much I can do here.
As it stands, it's a lethal amount of damage.
Yeah.
It'd be 13.
That is pretty crazy.
So you could gain up to 17.
I think we're going to block here. And do we want to block with Cavalier as well? Maybe we have to. Otherwise, we take 5. Yeah, I think I just want to conserve my life total. You get 3 Satyrs the way it stands. So maybe I don't block this one right away. All right, let's just block here. And then I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
Damage.
So you take 5,
Yep.
go to 7. I will get 2 Satyrs.
Yep.
So I suspect that the card that Corey left on top is not a sweeper, because then he would have traded for both creatures and just preserved his life total.
Yeah.
With that being the case, it's 7. Right now, this is very lethal. I'm kind of guessing it's a removal spell for Torbran. Or maybe Dream Trawler. No, Dream Trawler probably wanted to trade for this. But you can still do that next turn.
That's a close one.
Maybe you're going to try to kill me?
Am
Is that
I?
even possible?
Oh, it's always possible.
Yeah.
Jeskai fires.
If you just had like 2 flying Cavaliers and then 3 activations, that's
lot.
that's only 16 in the air because I can block down here.
That's 9 there with trample. Or wait, no, 9 just haste. Yeah,
it's- they
you'd
don't
have to
trample.
jump.
So yeah, I'd have to jump, and then I guess I only have 6 here. No, but I have castle, so you would leave yourself dead on the crackback at that point.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm not sure which one of these I'm supposed to do.
Interesting. You have options? How lucky.
Do.
How lucky.
I think it's very likely that I don't die, so I might as well give myself the most options next turn and just light up the stage.
Okay. All right. Pretty good light up.
Yes.
All right, we're going to untap. Oh, that's probably the draw that kills you. Oh, yes. All right. We're going to go with Cavalier.
Sure.
Discard. Kenrith. Okay, so we give trample and pump twice. That's 8, 16, 21, 22, 23, and you have 4, 19. Oh, you're forced to block, which is pretty interesting, I guess. If I had an untapped land, you'd be dead. So I guess we get to go like this. So we could go haste through this. That forces a block anyways. Forces a chump on one of these. Then I can not pump if I don't want to. Gain 5, go to 12. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's not a good line. Interesting. Maybe I just am supposed to say go. Gain a bunch of life. It's probably the play.
You can gain 10, right?
Yeah.
It's only 3 mana to gain 5.
Yep.
I'll put you to 17.
Yeah, I don't think, since I can't attack and kill you here, I need to just preserve. Go. Or maybe I want to play this. Yeah, we'll play this. Why not? All right. I'll keep that on top.
Ember Cleave, please.
Cleave may definitely do it.
That was not an Ember Cleave.
Nice. Nice. I can target you to draw a card and help you find it.
That's... You left on top again?
I did. Growl, growl, growl.
So I play Robber. This is almost assuredly what I'm doing.
Playing your spells off light up the stage? It's probably smart.
If I do that and attack with everything. You can block the Torbran, the Berserker, and the Robber and take 9, but gain 10, so you'd end up at 8.
It's a close game.
And you would not be allowed... You actually would have to block all 3 of those. Because if you let any... I guess you could block a 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or... I guess you could preserve all your things and block a 1-1 and let this through, because this is 3, 6, 11.
Thank God I don't have a hand, because if you could attack and Aether Gust one of my Cavaliers, that would be brutal.
Well, I have to damage you with a rogue, right?
Now you just have to attack, right?
During any turn you... Oh. But that's a separate thing. So can I think I can do that.
No, you have to have... I have to have no cards in hand, right?
Well, it's only if defending player has more cards in hand, you exile the top card of their library. Then it says during any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card. Oh, you may cast that card.
Oh.
So yeah, so when you said I get the Clarion, I don't. You just lied to me.
Really?
Yeah, it says that card.
Huh. Okay. I just think of how it works on Arena, and I swear I see them
But
get
it says
a hand.
any... No, okay, no, you're right. Because it's any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card that was exiled. So... I think I can do that. That would be pretty cool. If I do that, though, and put Cavalier on top...
No, it says you can cast that card.
Yeah. Well, these got exile... Any turn I attack with a rogue, it said the same for these cards. It said this will be a turn where I attacked with a rogue.
I'm not sure. I'm not
It's
sure.
all one part of the ability, though. I don't...
Yeah.
Cards with too much text, I never know anymore.
I truly don't know if the math works that that's a correct play either, but...
So what are we trying to do here?
I'm trying to cast this Aether Gust in combat after I attack with this new Robber of the Rich. Or I'm thinking about it.
But I have no hand for him to trigger it, so
Yeah,
I think that's
I
pretty
definitely
close.
don't get to exile a card.
Yeah.
If I got rid of a blocker, then even if you blocked these two
So
to preserve both your creatures...
what I see here is that if Robert the Rich, hold on. No.
Because I know, like, it'll pop up on Arena when you, like, attack with a random rogue that even isn't the robber, which I thought was kind of weird, but I'm not 100%.
You should be able to still cast that card even though it's a new robber.
Sounds good to me.
I think that is a good play.
Okay.
So I'm going to, I guess.
Yeah, if Robber the Rich leaves the battlefield, the effect allowing you to cast the exile card if you attacked with a rogue continues to apply even during later turns.
Okay.
As long as you attack with a rogue during those later turns.
All right. Well, I guess I shouldn't have told you that, huh?
No, you shouldn't have. Though, still not a good play. Still not great, right?
Yeah, I think you still lose a lot of creatures here.
Well,
It's what I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but I gain 10, so I take 4, I go to 3.
yeah. And then if I have a land, I can stomp you to death.
Yeah.
But I would have to play that land before combat because you could be blocking the you can block the Torbran, and I don't have that land. So and you're going to know that.
Yep.
And you're just going to draw Cavalier, and now you have the untapped land. You can activate 3 times from the Cavalier, give them trample with the Kenrith.
Yep.
And I'm only going to have 1 point back. So that's actually not a great play. So that's actually a play that.
But it's a cool play, nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a play that kills me.
I almost got him, Dan. I almost got him.
I could just leave the Torbran back and make that play. Right? Like, but if I do that, then you get to just Kenrith on Robber, Cavalier on Satyrs, and 5, 8, gain 10. You go up to 9.
Yep.
So that's also not great. So I think what I have to do is just Robber, attack, and not Gust, and
Just
leave
cast that,
the Stomp up, because then if you have to block 3 things, right? And if you were to block, and anything you block I can deal with. If you would let the Berserker go through, and you have to block 3 things, so I can deal with the Kenrith, which stops you from getting trample. So unless you have a third, and I think there's only 2 Kenriths on the deck, so yeah, I'm gonna just play Robber and attack with everything.
Okay. Well, yep, this does not trigger, so we'll go with, I think I want Kenrith here. I think I want this, and I probably just want this. This seems like the block. 9, taking 9, but gaining 10, so there is a chance I want to go like this, so that this lives if the math allows. So this is all my creatures living. You would have to do this to kill Kenrith. And I'm taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but gaining 10 if I want to. This seems correct. Is it correct, though? All right. Yep, I'll do that.
Okay, I am going to stomp the Kenrith.
Okay.
Because I definitely want to get that one off the battlefield. And do we have the...
Here you go. Yep. So that's on an adventure. That's going to resolve. I'm going to... Because I have to gain life or I die, right?
Yes.
So I'll gain 10.
Go to 17, take 11, go to 6.
Go to 6. This is going to
These
die.
trade,
These are
those
going
two
to
die.
live.
And I got pretty punished for playing the light up the stage the other turn. If I just played this Scorch Spitter, I think I would have won this game.
Okay.
I think I would have just had too much pressure. So I'll just pass the turn.
And you're at 20 still?
Yeah, just needed another land anywhere in those like top 3 or 4 cards. And with what I hit, I would have been okay. But
Yeah. 1, 2,
I mean, I still needed both of these. Yeah,
12,
so
9, 18. Yeah, you're dead. Okay. Stop. Play it.
yeah, but Bone Crusher I couldn't beat with the all-out attack.
Yeah.
I could beat a random creature.
Yep. We be stomping the yard out here.
So, Ross, did you consider possibly playing the Clarion that was exiled?
You could have played Clarion to kill everything but this. Then Cavaliers die. You take 6 from that.
14. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That'd have been interesting.
Maybe that was a better play.
Yeah, because you could have done that during your second main.
Then we start over, and then I just go with the top decks. Yeah, maybe that was better.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had this. I would have just had Berserker on the battlefield. You'd be at 6, and you'd have you would have just stomped this, played Bone Crusher, right?
And then we're in the top deck
And
war.
I have these next turn, and I don't know. Let's see what you got. You have a land, so you're at 6. You can't really
If I
attack.
got to the Cav turn, I'd probably win, but yeah, you might have won because of that.
Oh, and you're just dead on the next attack.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that was a much better play.
That was a complicated game.
Yeah.
With Robber really adds a complexity to the games, just from either side. You know, there's having to play around cards that are in your own deck is very odd. You know.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. Yeah, I just didn't think about Clarion as being another thing that would have. Honestly, like. I guess I have to attack, so I can't Clarion before I attack.
Yeah,
it would be kind of cool because a Torburn would then kill all your
deal
stuff.
6 to everything, or deal 5 to everything. Yeah.
And it's 2 in opponent control, so then like my Torburn would have lived. It'd be cool if I could have Clarioned at instant speed, but
yeah, you would have taken 6 from the Cavs dying, but yeah, I think you would have won because of that. That's kind of wild.
yeah, that's definitely a line that would have won.
Yep. Okay, well, that is going to do it for round 1. Jeskai fires, takes it down narrowly, and who knows, we might have went to a game 5 there if we would have had a 1,000 IQ there and found that line. But anyways, we're going to head to our second round here. We got
Another thing to note, I would have won had the Runaway Steamkins been Rimrock Knights. Because you made a line that left you at 6, and if I just stop upstairs and then use the 1 mana for Boulder Rush, I drew Steamkin that turn. So both the way I sideboarded and the way I played that turn, if I'd done anything differently.
But other than that, if you didn't do all the things wrong and you only did a few of them wrong, you would have had it.
Just narrowly found the path to losing.
That's all right. That's why we're playing for marbles and not playing for $1 million in Hawaii. Am I right? Woo! All right, everyone. We're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we're going to be bringing you Blue-White Control, and I'm going to be playing Teroff Severin's list, which is pretty close to similar to the list that I was playing. Couple additions. Some spicy ones on the board, let me tell you. Severin played some spice up against the lone Jun Food player, and you can probably guess who that would be. Piotr Canister Glukowski playing Jun Food. So we'll see how that matchup goes after a short 5-minute break.